The Vanishing Treasures of Mesopotamia. The year was 2003, and as bombs fell over Baghdad, something far more insidious was happening in the shadows. The Iraq Museum stood unprotected, its doors thrown open to chaos. Inside those walls lay artifacts spanning 5,000 years of human civilization. Within days, thousands of irreplaceable objects had vanished into the night. Looters moved through the museum like ghosts, taking whatever they could carry and disappearing into a network of black market dealers that stretched across continents. But here is where the mystery deepens. Among the missing items were artifacts connected to one of humanity's oldest heroes, the legendary King Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh predates Homer by more than 1,000 years. It tells of a king who sought immortality itself. Any object linked to his reign would be worth fortunes on the underground market. Some researchers believe that certain discoveries were made during the looting, discoveries so significant that those who found them had every reason to keep silent. The location of Gilgamesh's tomb has never been confirmed. Could artifacts pointing to its location be sitting in a private collection somewhere, their owner unwilling to reveal what they know? What we do know is this. Every missing artifact represents a fragment of lost knowledge. Every stolen tablet contains words we may never read. The cradle of civilization has been robbed, and the full extent of what was taken may never be known. The House on Maple Avenue. In Hanover, Pennsylvania, there stands a house that refuses to let its inhabitants live in peace. Deanna and Tom Simpson have called this place home for 7 years, despite claiming that at least 5 ghosts and 1 demonic entity share the space with them. Their accounts are not the vague whispers of most haunting stories. The Simpsons report physical attacks, scratches appearing on their skin, and burns that materialize without explanation. These encounters happen daily, turning every moment in their home into an exercise in survival. When journalist Nick Petrillo arrived from Fox to investigate, he expected skepticism to guide him. Instead, within minutes of entering the property, he felt an intense burning sensation on his hand. Looking down, he discovered fresh scratches on his skin, marks that had not been there moments before. The film crew watched in stunned silence as their colleague became yet another victim of the house. The evidence extends beyond personal testimony. A trail camera placed in the basement captured something that defies easy explanation. A shadowy figure standing motionless in the darkness, its form distinctly humanoid, yet lacking any recognizable features. Paranormal investigators have studied this photograph extensively, reaching no consensus on what it shows. Deanna remembers the first night she understood what they were dealing with. She had been dreaming of 2 men standing over her bed, watching her. When she opened her eyes, those same 2 figures were there in the flesh, staring down at her in the darkness. Since that night, the activity has never stopped. Why do the Simpsons stay? They believe leaving would accomplish nothing. Whatever haunts their home might follow them wherever they go. And so they remain, documenting each encounter. The Guardian Above. The Thames. September 1666. London was burning. The Great Fire had begun in a baker's shop and spread with terrifying speed through wooden buildings and narrow streets. For 4 days the city was consumed. When the flames finally died, much of London lay in ruins and countless lives had been lost. But in the aftermath of the disaster, something unexpected began to happen. Survivors reported seeing a winged figure hovering above the River Thames. Those who witnessed it described an overwhelming sense of peace washing over them, as if the apparition was there to remind them that, despite their suffering, they had not been abandoned. The legend of the Thames Angel was born. Over the centuries that followed, the angel continued to appear. Workers constructing the Victoria Embankment in 1865 reported sightings. During both World Wars, witnesses claimed to see the figure during moments of crisis. Each account shared the same details: a winged humanoid form and an immediate feeling of reassurance. In 2006, a woman driving to meet a friend encountered the angel unexpectedly. She snapped a photograph with her phone. Later, when she enlarged the image on her computer, she discovered a distinct outline resembling a winged figure captured in digital form. Skeptics suggest boat fumes creating mirages or camera distortions playing tricks on the eye. Yet no scientific explanation has accounted for why the figure appears consistently the same way across centuries of sightings. Near the London Eye, where sightings are most frequent, the mystery continues to draw curious visitors hoping for a glimpse of the guardian above the Thames. The Weeping Spirit of King's Cross, November 18, 1987. A discarded match on an escalator sparked a fire that would claim more than 30 lives in the tunnels beneath King's Cross Station. Over 100 people found themselves trapped underground, fighting against smoke and flames. The disaster led to sweeping safety reforms, but it also left something else behind, something that refuses to move on. Multiple witnesses over the years have reported seeing a young woman wandering through the station in tears. She appears entirely solid, dressed in ordinary clothes, her long brown hair falling past her shoulders. Concerned commuters have approached her, offering help, only to watch her vanish before their eyes. What sets the crying girl apart from other reported ghosts is her appearance. She does not look translucent or ethereal. She looks like any other passenger until the moment she disappears without a trace. Those who have encountered her report an unsettling detail: the faint smell of smoke and burning that accompanies her presence. Late-night maintenance workers have reported hearing sobs echoing through empty corridors. Some believe the crying girl was a passenger who perished in the 1987 fire, her injuries so severe that she was never identified. Her spirit, now free from the burns that disfigured her, continues to wander the station where she died, seeking help, unaware that her suffering ended decades ago. The Cando Explosion. Cando is a small village in northwestern Spain, home to just over 1,000 people. Nothing about the place suggested it would become the site of one of the strangest, unexplained events in modern history. Then came the night of January 18, 1994. Residents looked up to see a massive fireball streaking across the sky. Witnesses described it as enormous, illuminating the darkness for nearly a minute. Many assumed they were witnessing a meteor entering the atmosphere. What they found the next morning changed everything. On a hillside not far from the village, an explosion had torn through the landscape. Trees within 100 meters had been uprooted and scattered. An estimated 200 meters of terrain had been violently displaced. The scene bore an eerie resemblance to the infamous Tunguska event of 1908, when a mysterious blast flattened millions of trees across Siberia. Researchers from the University of Santiago de Compostela launched an investigation. Their findings proposed that subterranean gases, possibly methane, had accumulated beneath the surface before suddenly igniting. The resulting explosion displaced the soil while rising gases created the fireball witnesses had observed. Not everyone accepts this explanation. Alternative theories suggest secret military testing or even extraterrestrial involvement. Reports of unidentified flying objects in the area both before and after the event have fueled speculation that something more unusual occurred that night. The absence of definitive proof has kept the mystery alive, leaving the Cando event as one of Spain's most enduring unsolved phenomena. The Pigmen of Cannock Chase. The woodlands of Cannock Chase in Staffordshire have long held a reputation for the unexplained. Ghostly children, strange lights, and unexplainable sounds have all been reported within its boundaries. But nothing quite compares to the creature known as the Pigmen. Reports began surfacing shortly after World War II ended. Witnesses described a towering figure standing approximately 7 feet tall, with a humanoid body and the grotesque face of a pig. An elongated snout dominated its features. Those who encountered it reported hearing unsettling squealing noises echoing through the trees at night. Perhaps most disturbing were accounts of the creature dropping to all fours and running at incredible speeds, as if tracking prey with an acute sense of smell. Multiple witnesses over multiple decades have provided strikingly similar descriptions, suggesting either a remarkable consistency in imagination or something genuinely roaming those woods. One theory has gained particular traction among researchers. In the years following the war, governments around the world were experimenting with genetic research. Could the Pigmen be the result of a failed experiment in splicing human and animal DNA? Proponents suggest that when the experiment went wrong, the creature was released into Cannock Chase, left to roam undisturbed. The legend remained largely local until 2013, when researcher Lee Brickley published his investigation into the sightings. His work uncovered witness accounts spanning 5 decades. The last widely recognized sighting occurred in 1993, leading some to believe the creature may have died. Others suspect it still lurks in the depths of the forest, emerging only under cover of darkness. Faces in the forest trail cameras are designed to capture wildlife in their natural habitats. Hunters and researchers use them to monitor animal movements, expecting images of deer, bears, or wolves. Occasionally, they capture something else entirely. A recent photograph from a remote wooded area has reignited one of cryptozoology's longest-running debates. The image, captured at night, shows a humanoid face staring directly into the camera lens. Deep-set eyes, a broad nose, and a heavy brow are clearly visible. Those who have examined the photograph argue about its significance. The face appears too large, too structured, and too ape-like to be human. Its positioning suggests the figure was standing close to the camera, its dark eyes locked onto the device as if aware of being watched. Bigfoot researchers have compared the image to previous alleged sightings, noting similarities in facial proportions that align with decades of eyewitness descriptions. Critics argue that without video footage or physical evidence, the photograph remains inconclusive. Yet it adds another layer to a mystery that has persisted across centuries and continents: the Amazon's hidden door. The Amazon rainforest covers more than 2 million square miles of largely unexplored terrain. Satellite technology has begun to reveal what lies beneath the canopy, and some discoveries challenge everything we thought we knew. A recent satellite image has captured attention around the world. It appears to show a massive circular opening in the middle of the jungle, in an area nearly impossible to reach on foot. The formation's perfect circular shape has led some to suggest it could be the remnants of a long-lost civilization, a doorway to structures buried beneath centuries of growth. The researcher who discovered the image noted something else. When zooming out slightly, a faint path becomes visible, an old, overgrown trail leading directly into the opening. This observation has sparked theories that the formation might be an entrance to an underground settlement or a forgotten ceremonial site. Archaeological evidence has already demonstrated that the Amazon was not always untouched wilderness. Enormous earthworks and complex agricultural systems prove that sophisticated societies once thrived in these forests. Exploration remains challenging, with dense vegetation and dangerous wildlife making any expedition a serious undertaking. Until researchers can physically investigate the site, the circular opening will remain one more tantalizing hint that the Amazon holds secrets we have barely begun to uncover. Structures on the Moon. For decades, NASA has provided the public with images from humanity's ventures into space. But several former employees have come forward with claims that not everything captured has been shared. According to these whistleblowers, certain anomalies have been deliberately edited out of official lunar photographs. The anomalies in question appear as large rectangular shapes with sharp edges scattered across the moon's surface. Unlike irregular impact craters and natural geological formations, these structures possess a level of symmetry that suggests intentional design. Researchers who have studied NASA's image archives claim to have found evidence of these objects before they were quietly removed in later releases. Former NASA contractor Donna Hare has publicly stated that she was shown high-resolution lunar images containing artificial structures before they were altered for public release. Her account aligns with others who insist the agency maintains personnel dedicated specifically to image manipulation. If structures exist on the moon that were not built by any known space agency, the implications are staggering. Some theorists suggest they could be remnants of an ancient extraterrestrial civilization. Whatever the truth, the debate continues to grow as more individuals analyze available images in search of what might have been hidden from view. The shadow in the flames. In Gary, Indiana, a firefighter responding to a house fire captured photographs to document the scene. He expected to record the destructive power of flames consuming a structure. What he captured instead has left investigators and paranormal researchers searching for answers. In one of the images, a dark humanoid figure appears to be standing in a window as fire engulfs the building. The figure is eerily still, silhouetted against the blaze, lacking recognizable features yet distinctly human in shape. When family members first spotted the anomaly, they found additional shadowy forms, one in the doorway, another in a different window. Shadow people, as they are called in paranormal research, are described as solid black humanoid figures that appear briefly before vanishing. Reports associate them with feelings of unease and malevolence. Locals claim the building had a troubled history, with rumors of tragic events occurring within its walls. The firefighter who captured the image has remained open-minded about what he documented. Skeptics suggest smoke and reflections created illusions resembling human forms. Believers argue the figure is too distinct and well-defined to be explained so simply. The photograph continues to circulate, inviting everyone who sees it to decide for themselves what lurks in the flames. The drones over New Jersey. The recent wave of unidentified drone sightings over New Jersey has sparked a controversy that refuses to fade. When Congressman Steve Cohen dismissed the reports as nothing more than a viral internet hoax, his statement was met with fierce pushback, particularly from public officials who had witnessed the objects firsthand. Michael Mealum, the mayor of Belleville, has openly challenged the government's explanation. Just days before officials issued their statement, Mealum observed one of these objects hovering above his home. He described it as unlike any drone he had ever seen, eerily silent, lacking visible propulsion, and capable of erratic movements that defied conventional aircraft. The delayed response from government agencies has only deepened public suspicion. If the Federal Aviation Administration was aware of these drones all along, why did they remain silent? Why were these objects observed near restricted airspace without prior notification? The characteristics described by witnesses bear striking similarity to unidentified aerial phenomena documented by military pilots. Objects defying gravity, moving at incredible speeds, making abrupt directional changes that exceed known technology. As pressure mounts for transparent answers, the questions multiply. What are these objects? Who controls them? And why does the official narrative seem so determined to dismiss what so many people have seen with their own eyes? The truth remains out there, waiting to be discovered.